Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're diving back into some more Create Above and Beyond and getting our automation on. So, welcome back. Today we are diving into the Create machines. More and more things are going to start being created today. We're going to mainly be working right away on getting wood automated. So, I need wood automated. I think oak is going to be the best way to automate that. So I've already made 3 deployers and I have 3 saws, and we are going to set this up to hopefully be able to automatically plant saplings and harvest the trees. So this should fully be able to run itself and also deposit all of the items except saplings. Hopefully I can get that set up. Without filters, it's going to be kind of difficult. But hopefully we can get all of that stuff set up today. It should be able to hold on to those things. But anyways, what I'm working on right now is actually I need a lever and an encased fan. That's sort of the last things that I need. So a lever, a cased fan, and we should have, a magma block. So remember I said at the beginning, hey, we're going to need that magma block. It's going to be really helpful. It is. I think we could also use a campfire. I think a campfire works, or a regular fire will work. But this encased fan can actually be a power source. While it's not the greatest power source in the world, it can be one, which is really, really nice. We are also running out of andesite, so it might be a good idea for us to start producing andesite in a different way. So there we go. Propeller. And I do have a few of the machines over here. Let's slap that in. Also, while I'm here, let's go to this because I'm also going to need portable storage interface, and we get 2 out of this, which is really, really nice. So let's get this farm built. So this is where the fun is going to start happening, right? So right here I have a magma block. We can place that down. I think this is going to be far enough. And then we have an encased fan. Now you can see there's different ways we can place this. If I just regular place it, it doesn't work. If I shift place it, it'll flip it upside down. Now notice there's no rotational energy, but that's because I have to give it a redstone signal, and now it starts spinning. And what I can put on top of that is a mechanical bearing. Now, it doesn't look like it's doing anything yet, but if I put a rotational chassis on top, there should be, it says right-click the bearing with an empty hand to attach the structure. There we go. And so now this structure is attached, and it's rotating. And I can stop that by, of course, flipping this lever. We should also be able to, with our wrench, which I believe I stored inside my bag, we should be able, with this wrench, to be able to see what the radius of this is going to connect to. You can see by default it's set to 8. So if I place down, let's say spruce log, like this, that's connected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it is sticking out 8 blocks, and I think just to test this out, I can also place blocks there. That is not, it's not connected yet because we need super glue. I almost forgot about that. We actually have to glue this to here. So I have a slime ball, and I think to make super glue, by the way, which lasts forever, recommend making super glue if you can. It's going to be an iron sheet and iron nuggets. Iron sheet and iron nugget. Perfect. Let's go get that iron made real quick. Yeah, this is going to be your best friend. So you can use slime balls, but slime balls don't get consumed either. But you can do certain things with this, right? So 2 slime balls and then a nugget, and we get super glue. So I should be able to shift click on here, or maybe it's the other way around. Let's see. Is it shift click? Yeah, shift click I think works. It should be able to make the other side sticky, or maybe I'm wrong. Why does that look different? Oh, maybe there's totally different things that I didn't look at. By the way, if I ever run into issues, of course I can ponder here, and it shows, oh, so we can put this on other blocks. That's actually kind of cool. I didn't even know that. The more, man, I tell you what, I'm going to learn so much from this, from playing this. So if I place that there and I connect it, now this structure moves, but notice this is also moving. So that's connected to it. And I have it set up to 8 blocks. So this is going to spin 8 blocks. And yes, I'm on it, which is kind of crazy, right? And it moves me around. This is where create becomes insane. But not only that, I can actually use this to my advantage to make a farm. So this will actually carry that that momentum that it was generating from here, and we can place that into a saw. So for example, the way this is rotating is this way. So if I place some saws, I'm going to actually place the saws out here like this. That way it leaves this area alone to give it more space for things to grow. And then on the outside, we're going to have deployers, but keep in mind that the deployers need to be up a little bit higher. And these need to be facing down. So this is where this wrench is going to come in handy. So they're going to be placed downward like that. Just like that. And by the way, yeah, you can change whether it's poking or punching. There we go. I actually want it to be placed like this. And it should also, I believe these should also move. Okay, so it's going to need to be connected in a different way, which is interesting. But I believe if these are connected, these should also receive some sort of power as well. On this, I think that I have this set up properly. So I have my deployers lined up, and inside they have saplings defined in the filter. We have the saw set up. Over here, I put a barrel that's glued to it. All I have to do now, I believe, is glue a portable interface onto the side. Preferably up higher like this, because that's going to make my life a little bit easier. And I think that's it. If I wanted to decorate this, of course I could, but the thing about deployers is they actually interact 2 blocks away from the placement from where they're at. Even if it doesn't look like they are, they do. And then all I had to do, make sure that inside my inventory here, there's saplings, and we should be able to turn this on, and it should start working. Look at it. It's planting saplings in the exact place that the saws should be able to interact once these are grown. So this right here is an effective tree farm, so long as we get some trees growing, which we could go ahead and kind of speed up. The thing is, it's not going to be the fastest because, of course, that fan is not it's not crazy fast, but it is going to be enough to at least get things up and rolling. And that's going to give us a lot of wood. Like, this is going to be more wood than I think. I mean, we'll probably need the wood, but still, that's going to give us a lot of wooden saplings. So it should hit this. There we go. It's interacting with it. Interesting. I mean, it should go through trees. Like, this isn't actually going to stop. This will actually go straight through anything that's in the way. But there we go. And then it just replanted. And now if I stop this, you'll notice we're getting sticks, saplings, and apples in here. So we need a way to get the wood out, but leave the saplings in. And that's where things are going to get a little bit more complicated. The more I think about this, the more I'm like, you know what? I actually don't think we're going to run into a sapling issue, simply because when the tree is broken, it's going to generate enough saplings to really keep this thing going. So what I should be able to do is place a chest down here and then just hook a chute up. And that should send everything from here directly into this chest. And the thing is because this is behind, as soon as it saws down a tree, there should be enough saplings to regenerate, even if I'm sending my excess saplings over here. So, by the way, this portable storage interface, pretty sick, huh? It also works, by the way, with rail carts. So this is a way of transferring items between moving objects like this. So now that we have trees automated, we can actually select that. Now, things are going to get a little bit more interesting, as we are going to need to take that wood or excess wood that we generate from that and basically split it up. And so that way we have some strip logs, and then that apparently gets cut down into planks. and then gets cut down into slabs. So this is going to be something that we're going to eventually need, and that'll eventually end up getting us down into this, where we need to really get this automated. So this is going to be a very fun project. So before I make another farm, which I'm prepping for over here, let's go ahead and get this moved over like this. I'm going to place this here with the mechanical press. And what I need to do is occasionally, while I'm working, grab a bucket of resin and drop that bucket of resin inside here and let the press do its job. Now, this is going to need the items that it's producing to be popped out. So let's see. I don't think I have anything other than a chute for right now. And I think that is going to be one of the best things to do at the moment. Just to simply automate it. It is a very ugly thing to do, but like I said, this is all going to be ugly until we get better equipment going and get fully automated here. So yeah, that ended up generating a block of rubber, and that can be broken down into 4 rubber. And the thing is, we need 6 cooked rubber in this case in order to get 3 belts. So this is actually going to get us belts quicker than I thought, because all I have to do is cook this stuff down. So this farm is going to be a little bit simpler actually to set up, surprisingly. This is going to be filled with water, and we're going to have kelp that should build up to the top level. I've actually not tested that. How far does kelp actually go up? Does it go up to the top block? Yeah, it goes up to the top block of water. So with what my idea is to basically harvest the top and just place down 1 level of kelp. That kelp will grow here, and then it'll grow up to this level, which will be the top block of water. And we'll just skim the top, and that's going to harvest the top block of kelp for us. And that should get the underwater garden going. So what I needed was mechanical harvesters for this. And yeah, I believe these need to be glued to it. And let's make sure, yeah, it's going to rotate in the same direction as that one. So we place the plows on. These look really cool, by the way. And then we just need to strap on the barrel to the top just as a general storage. So let's go ahead and do that with our glue. And we can set it sideways. Perfect. And then right here is going to be just a portable interface, similar to the one we had set up before. And so if the portable interface is going to be connected here, I need to keep a space empty. And then we need a block that's going to go here. And actually I can go ahead and set up the same system that I have over on the other side, which is going to be this and a chute. So just a chest for now until we get things automated, and a chute, and then that facing there. And all you got to do is turn this on and plant some dirt. And notice I did raise this up one, but that's all this needs. Oh, wow. Okay, actually, I have messed up a little bit. I will explain that in a second. You might notice that everything is moving. The dirt and all. That is not intentional. So let's shut that off there. Everything's back in place. Oh, to be able to fix that, I do have to dial this down over here. So this side with our wrench, remember how earlier I said it'll go up to 8 blocks? Well, by default, it was set to 8 blocks. So all I got to do is scroll this down, and we'll say 1, 2, 3 should be exactly what we need. I love that that did that. That gave me a good example. Perfect. So now when I turn it back on, we shouldn't be pulling the entire area with us. Oh boy. And it's raining. Look at that. So yeah, all I got to do is fix my chests and then get some water down in there, which is easier said than done, and plant my kelp. And this is running. I don't think this hurts you, by the way. Unlike the other one, this will move you, but it doesn't hurt you while you're down here. Unlike the saws, they can be used for mob farms. In, you can see this actually moves through the water. Let's just go ahead and start planting some just to make sure that it is going to work. And let's go ahead and raise it up. Yep, that's the level at which it's going to start to harvest. And this should be a pretty successful farm. Even though it's much smaller than this one, I could have made it 4, but, you know, I'll stick with this for now. So, according to our list, we have another thing that we have to get up and running. And this is going to be somewhat semi-automated for right now. It's very interesting. It challenged me here to come up with an idea because we can't pick up the drops normally from beneath because it's bedrock. So this right here is what I would call the modern stone generator, and it can be a cobblestone or stone generator, preferably probably stone, as stone is easier to mine. But basically the concept is this. So if we have something in front of this just to prevent water from flowing, this will generate stone. But it generates more than andesite, so there's going to be something to deal with there. And it also generates cobblestone sometimes, which is kind of odd. But this system works. I mean, generally, it seems to work, which is perfect. Now I'm going to pull the lava out for safety, just in case something bad happens, because we have a system to set up here to get this to function so we can pick up the items. And I think we have to make a little bit of a contraption in order to do that. So what I'm going to set up is a radial chassis, and then up top above the radial chassis will end up going a mechanical bearing that is upside down, and we can control that by flipping that there. And then I need to hold shift and scroll this down to 1 because I don't want it picking up any other blocks. Let's scroll that down. There we go. Everything should be set to 1 on all sides. And then I also want this. So a drill. So we're gonna have a single drill. And let's see, I don't know exactly yet which direction this is going to go, but the drill is going to go on the side and it's going to spin. And so I'm pretty sure it's going to break through this trapdoor. But once it does that, like, we'll be able to kind of enclose this area and just let it work. And then we also need a way for it to deposit the items. So this all should work in theory. It should be able to go through items, go through things. To be able to deposit. So I don't want it to stop while the saw, actually I don't want it to stop right there with the saw. So I might actually have the depot onto the side. We'll put the saw here and then have the depot onto the side of this thing. And I can go ahead and use cobblestone. It really doesn't matter. And so this needs to be glued on. Let's go ahead and super glue this. So there we go. And then I will hook the cobble. Now, the cobble, actually, I don't think it needed the cobble to be glued to that side, but there we go. Cobble is there. And then we need it to be hooked into a depot. I think this, however, needs to be glued. And then we hook this. So this is how we're going to get the items out, is via this thing. And then right over here... Oh, that broke. Good thing we have repair kits. So with that setting there, we need to make sure we go 1 space out. So if we go 1 space and we place this, making sure it's got room. So it's got 1 space in between. That should work. And then I can go ahead and get a chute underneath here, which actually, surprisingly, there wasn't bedrock right there. Perfect. And that will build up our stone for now. Eventually, like I said, this will end up changing. Now we got to get power to the top of this machine. So let's get a vertical gearbox up here. And then I'm just going to route this over to a water wheel that I'm going to build. And then I'll be able to figure out which direction we're going to need to face this thing. So if I calculate, let's see, this is where the water wheel is going to be placed. And I'm going to use 3 water wheels, by the way. And what I actually might do is set this up so that way the water wheel's over here. And then I'll use some gears to actually speed this up because I want this to be a little bit faster. Water wheel going. If I want to speed the ratios up and speed things up, at the moment, I don't have a great way of doing that other than this. Hooking up gears to, let's say, the side here. Extending a larger gear off of that. And then, of course, this is incredibly fast now. Let's pull this out, and then I will hook a smaller gear up to here. And let's see. Actually, the best way to do it would have been hooking up to this, but I actually need to extend this out one, then hook the bigger gear up to it, and then I can get the smaller gear lined up the way I want it. So, smaller gear, you're going to go there. Perfect. We're almost where I want to be. Let's go ahead and just use gearboxes to align this. Actually, we'll do vertical gearbox. Actually, let's just do this. And I can hook a smaller cog up to that. Just to get it to work. And then also I need to make sure this is hooked to that. Which it should be. And let's hope we didn't break anything. Okay. So it did take that with it. Not exactly what I wanted it to do. Wait, did it? It took the stone with it. Okay. And the trapdoors. Okay, that's understandable. Okay. So let's get this rebuilt. Let's see. I can go ahead and place this over here. So yeah, there's always going to be like mishaps. Like this is just going to be understandable that this is going to happen. I don't know if there's a good way for me to do that. For some reason, that also did not connect to this as well. It didn't like connect to the cobblestone that it should have been connected to. This bad boy's up and running. Okay, and it's going in a weird direction. So I think I want to flip this and have it going the other direction. We can end it there. That's going to be perfect. So to get it to flip directions, we just need a gearbox. So I know which way it's going to go now. It's going to go this way. So that'll allow me to get the drill here. Other way. We need it here. Wait. Let's hold shift again. There we go. So the drill is going to go this way. It's actually going to break through here. There is going to be water spillage. There's not a great way for me to prevent that other than putting a trapdoor here and putting a trapdoor here. Water is just going to spill out regardless. Now, as far as lava goes, I don't want it to capture the block that's here. So I need some good solution for placing the... I think I can just place the lava in right here on the bearing. So we should be good. And I'll place the lava in after this is started up. That way it works. But I gotta be careful because I can actually hurt myself on here. So, water in. You can see the water spreads out. That's okay. Let's get on this side. And I'm gonna have to be quick about this. Gearbox. It's running. Place the lava in while it's doing its stop thing there. And there it goes. Is this creative enough? I hope it is. Honestly, this has been a pretty big challenge, but I think I've got this figured out. So it may look like a mess, which is fine. But what I have here is I change this back around. This is now facing here. I have an andesite funnel that is dropping the items out. And then I'm going to have the chest pick the items up off of the end. These are going to be smelted. Hopefully they have enough time to be smelted. That could pose a problem. So that's smelted right about there, which means that I could potentially have my chest set there. Oh my gosh, I am totally learning this mod. After a few more trials and errors, I realized I can also down ratio this as well. And since I couldn't get access to this over here because of the way I set it up, I was like, you know what? I could take this and potentially do the opposite to slow it down. And I did that. It's hooked in here. And now it is totally slow enough because it starts smelting right about here, which is perfect because now I can get my chest set up here, get my andesite funnel, and it should, yes, 100% now start accepting all this stuff smelted. So all I gotta do is toss this in. So long as I'm fast enough. All of that should get smelted up, hopefully before it goes into the funnel. Maybe because there's too much. It could be that. But one at a time, it does the trick. For sure. I think just it being a stack is way too much. Right here is like an engineer's like dream pack. Like this right here, you get a problem and you find a solution for it. And I can tell you what, I'm loving this so far. This is actually perfect. And I can go ahead and check this off. Now, it talks about getting down here using a lift. Ooh, I want to set that up, but not today. We won't have time to do that today. But we are getting somewhere. Like we're getting really close to being able to mass produce these things super soon, because it's going to be a lot easier for us to craft andesite now, as it's basically automated. Man, oh man, what a stay. This, I mean, honestly, we got so much semi-automation done that, well, moving forward, things should start to become a lot easier. And as we take those semi-automations and merge them into full automation, I can't wait. Those are really satisfying times. But of course, I do want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that's going to go to Mike MK. Thank you, my dude, for the amazing support. Supporting me over on the Discord, becoming a premium member. Thank you so much. And guys, of course, if you want to join the Discord yourself, you don't have to be a premium member to join. Of course, you can join for absolutely free. We have an amazing community over there, over 15,000 strong, and I would love for you guys to join as well. Of course, you can find that at discord.gg/ChosenArchitect. And guys, well, of course, it's the end of the episode. So if you wouldn't mind clicking that subscribe button, I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't already, which you might be surprised that you haven't, if you're 3 episodes in at this point or 4 episodes in and you haven't clicked it yet, I mean now's the time to do so. Also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and of course I'll see you in the next one, and as always, thanks for watching.